difficult when you're going on menstruation period. The day is so difficult to the extent that you wake up early in the morning, you go to bath, and pain is striking you so hard. You have to attend lectures, the lecturer, everything is so hectic that day.
The menstruation issue, it was created by God like that. So everybody has to know. Unlike when we grew up, it was taboo, talking about menstruation. Was there men? It wasn't allowed for you to talk about that. But you go, under the tree or behind the house, the hut there, that's when you talk about it. Now, it's so free that we can talk about it. Even the male counterparts, they should know that we have our time once every month. And because they don't want to hear or listen to what problems we face during that time, you will find some men wanting to have sexual activities when a woman is having a time menstruation period. That happens. That shows that they don't care. They have no respect for women.
We deal with gender. We need to make sure that men and women understand what girls can go through, what they don't go through, so that we get the support even outside ourselves. We really condemn people who see our daughters as sexual tools. And we need, and I'm glad it is one of those that the First Lady has said she is committing herself to. And legal action to be taken against professors and any leaders at universities who would like a payback using students or sex in order to do their job. And I think this is a serious one, and it needs really that as a nation, we need to take seriously the call from the female students and say sexual harassment at colleges has to come to an end. Speak out, don't be afraid of reporting people that are sexually harassing you.
Sexual harassment at school, at the universities. I've talked about that before. It's not allowed for people who are in position to use their position to affect or misuse that office or that power against vulnerable girls. And then that's when I say we have a desk now in our office, in my office, which deals with these issues. Because it's not allowed, and we are not going to allow that. Me as your mother, I'm not going to allow that. For people who use their offices to disturb your lives.
And then, besides Nyani sexual harassment, we also have when it comes to the provision of my SRH services. Yes, they are being provided, but the provider attitude of the one who is giving them. But sex is a choice. They should learn to understand that we are being involved. Our society is so dynamic that they should understand that it is happening and we are involved. Then we often see that as female students, the services themselves, they are engaging. We are not having them in full activities.
There are several categories of a female student. A female student is not just a female student. There are students living with disability. There are students living with HIV and AIDS. There are students who are pregnant and are students. What are some of the challenges that those particular groups of students may be facing?
Already, it's very hard when you are a student. You have all the workload and everything. But then it becomes difficult when you're also HIV positive. And you're trying to balance your social life and your school life. And it actually becomes very hard for a key population of HIV positive students living with disability. So you find that there's a lot that has to do with being HIV positive and being a student. First of all, when you are HIV positive, you are far away from home and you're basically far away from your services, the ones that you grew up with. You are in a school environment and the nurse that used to take care of you when you were still an adolescent is no longer there. So we say, and in college institutions, the clinics are not really friendly students that are living with HIV. So you find it's very difficult for you to access our treatment. Only a few universities and colleges provide our treatment, but then we spend most of the time away from home. So we also need this art treatment. And you also need services, other services that are HIV related, say if it's STI diagnosis and treatment. We also need these services as students living with HIV.
That students living with disability, for example, HIV information is not available in Braille, and yet students who are visually impaired would also like to access that information. I've also heard of medical schemes not offering maternal health care in most of the institutions. How do you then deal with, how do you circumvent?
Sometimes accessing that service is actually difficult. So you find that we end up doing unsafe abortions, safe and pregnant. And it's really unsafe. I'm actually consulting a friend of mine who knows practically
How
as
to have an safe
yeah, but
abortion.
it's safe. The question is, it's safe. It's not safe. And also, when I have an STI, I need to be treated, but the diagnosis is late. It's not even there. So you find there's also that issue of us keeping our STIs. And by the time panels or name opens the area for it's already late. We have cervical cancer, we have ectopic pregnancies, probably we also have complications. So we cannot access the services. It's actually difficult. And because the health services, the medical aid schemes do not cater for these SRH services, it's actually difficult. You have to go externally and you have to pay. The question is, do I have the money as a student? I don't. And I'm supposed to tell my parents, and how am I going to address the issue that I have an STI, I need to be treated? So you find that now it's an issue of disclosure. My privacy is being what? I cannot keep it private. So it's very difficult.
Realizing that rape is something that could happen when someone doesn't know, but someone could make a choice to date a man that is much older than them so that they fit in with their friends. What are we doing about this? Because it's something that we have a choice.
When it comes to the issue, we call it the blesser issue. And in Shona, exactly blesser, kanabuti, makulu bay or ango bay. Those are the words that we use. And there's also a point in time when the parents, they really know that you need something. Things are really hard. And you are very much aware of the environment where I am going. And I ask, can I have my level printer, the assignment? And you tell me you don't have. And the lecturer says, I need that assignment, do that. And once you fail to submit it, 10 marks down. After all, the assignment was even more difficult. What am I going to do? So we tend to see that we are living in a society whereby our parents, Mama, my STIs, AIDS. Our society is so conservative. It's something which is more of a taboo. It's like when you find those announcements, Uncle Bay, yes, I'll be as a blessing to my life. But there is that part, the player. Because the more I go to him, I feel the comfort which I'm not finding from my father. That is the other side. So, of course, yes, we are making a great mistake. But when we go there with Uncle Bay, I'm looking for that emotional attachment you are very young to deeper. Because in the kind of of course, yes, parents are encountering a lot of things on a daily basis. And more of that pressure, poor man. So can I need that poor look to I go to Uncle Bay. Yesterday of the day, things turn so bad. Because when you have that one day, we end up being having these STIs, being involved in HIV and AIDS. But when we pass you way to see what is better. Though at the end of the day we suffer. But if we pass it calls for our parents to reconsider all those issues. We need that emotional attachment with them.
As parents, I think they need also to have a public education on our parents to give you the support. I like what she said. She said, if my parents explain the circumstances, I will be strong to understand. And she is right, because my age group grew up in villages. And when we went to universities, you'd be given a sixpence, or a tiki, or a shilling as pocket money. But we survived because we knew our parents gave us all they had. So she has a point that I think all parents must take. We need to go back to the drawing board and make sure that our government prioritizes scholarships for students.
Minister spoke about the scholarship issue. I think government has to take this seriously, because we are losing most of our girls. Some are not even finishing, we have dropouts. But it's not what she wanted to do. She wanted to go to school, see herself in a profession, but she can't finish it because of what will have happened in between. And this is all about poverty. You know, I thank you very much, my daughter, that you have said, and you have said it correctly, that if parents, I know, because time now is not, you know, the situation now, our economic situation is not very good. It will change gradually, but we also want to survive during that time. Now we are saying parents at least should have an ear to listen to the children, what they are saying. Okay, it's not about you only who are in the universities. Even at home, she comes from school at this tender age. She says, Mama, but I don't have a pencil. She doesn't even give an ear to say what she's saying. Where did you hear that from? Your friend told you that. Please don't bother me. And also, the child sees that there's poverty in in families. Everybody knows that, the background. It's not that she's pressing very hard, I want this, I want this, I want this. But just listening to her is very important. I think we need to educate our parents to listen to their children. I wouldn't be happy seeing my daughter coming from school, you know, like the levels that we have reached, but with the pregnancy, together with the pregnancy. She said parents should listen what we're talking about. Also, parents should communicate and talk to their children. What she said about the blesser, sometimes what happens if she knows the background, if she knows what her mother and father told her last week before she came to school, she won't indulge in those things. But because there's nobody who's talking to her about the family background, about the encouragement, you know, during hardship times, difficult times. She's just like, the door is open, you are going to school, okay. When next are you coming back? Mama, after 2 months, okay, take your time. No, we need to sit down with our children.
Young female students, besides pushing to want to be, our parents to be involved as well, can we try and be afraid that it's my father's friend? Or my friend's father, the person sitting next to me, I want to be in a relationship with their father. Can we also shy away from those? Because that is where most of the new infections might be coming from in terms of female students.
As persons who are living with disabilities, we are facing challenges like not having access to comprehensive sexual resources. I am visually impaired, and most of the information about HIV and AIDS, we find it written in print, and yet I am not able to read print. I can use braille. So I think it will be better for the information to be put in a way that a person who is visually impaired, like me, can get access.
And for students living with disability, it's very difficult for us to also access SRH services and HIV/AIDS services because they assume that we're not having sex. So you find you're being left out in all this, especially when you're disabled, you're being left out in all this policy implementation in HIV programming. And even the hospital facilities, they don't accommodate us as students living with disability.
You talked about the braille issue, to be in schools for the disabled, to be able to see and to know what's happening in their sexual reproductive system. But if they can't read, if they can't see, we will see the prevalence and escalation of our diseases like HIV. It will spread very fast coming from that section. So they have to be looked into.
I think I would like the nation to know that when it comes to young people, some of them, it's not really their fault. I know a few people that were born HIV positive. Their parents didn't have the services that we have today of giving birth to a child that is HIV free. So let's stop having a stigma and let us really accept and support. So I think as students, let's give each other support and make sure that those that are living with HIV and disability, they also have our support. What I'm learning from here, what I've learned from that is that colleges need counseling services. I think there has to be counseling services to provide counseling for students, whatever you are going through, so that you can go into such an office and then make sure that you get the help that you need.
The disabled, the services of service providers from our health institutions, I have heard here say, you go there, they'll ask you, why do men don't have respect and honesty? Where was his mind having sex with you? Things like that being said in our institutions, health institutions. I am not saying all of them do that, say that, but there are individuals. And I would also want Ministry of Health, once again, look into this issue, of how do they save our people. They have to be friendly.
Everything, daughters, comes with responsibility. But responsibility number 2 is when you are out there alone, take responsibility. Take charge of your life. When you feel weak, build around yourself a peer group that gives you the right strength. Not a peer group that weakens you. So that, and also learn as a peer group to speak out, like you have done today.